Hey, what's up everybody? Luke here, Mobility RX. I just want to talk to you about the exercise of the day. Haven't done one in a little while, but I continue to produce them and I haven't forgot about you guys as I continue to work here in Clearwater. See a lot of people come in, back pain, shoulder pain, fix them every time they come in. So it's been great being able to give back and help as many people as I can. So these are what these videos are mainly for, the people that I don't see, for you folks out there that are watching it. Just give you some tips, some pointers on how to get better. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the foot and how that translates into better biomechanics. We forget about the foot sometimes. We just put on a shoe, we go for a run, and we forget that it even exists sometimes, out of sight, out of mind, because we're like, oh, I feel knee pain, or I feel hip pain, I feel back pain, but I forget that the travel actually comes from the foot. And we really want to focus on that as well. So you got about a quarter of your bones out of 206 bones. A quarter of them are in your foot, a quarter of them in your hands. So when you're looking at the foot, very, very valuable. We walk on our feet, we don't walk on our hands, so that's the other side of things. But traditionally, we are meant to invert and invert as we walk to help with that subtalar joint rotate and move at the ankle. And I've got a picture of the foot here behind me, and we can look at all of the bones within there, metatarsals and whatnot, that are going to create that whole stability, mobility sequence that we always are talking about. Easy way to eliminate back pain, just get a ball like this, a little bouncy ball, okay? It's one of the kids' balls, and roll the bottom of your foot. Always roll it from your first metatarsal down to the calcaneus, that insertion point at the heel, the back of the heel. We want to roll that so that we don't pull away from the calcaneus. That's where the insertion is, so you don't want to pull away on that calcaneus from that plantar tissue. You don't want to pull that away. But anyhow, so you're rolling it out. As I roll that first metatarsal out, I continue to create a little bit more of I would say more mobility at this point within the joints itself. Because I want to be able, if I can't spread my toes apart when I walk, then I can't get inverted in and I can't get inverted out. I can't turn my foot out. Try to do that. Hold your toes in and try to rotate it. It's like locked up at the ankle. So that's the beginning stages. If I can get up into that metatarsal and release all of that, I'm going to be able to move and flex my toes a little bit better. And if that be the case, you can move your toes and spread them out, meaning you got to get a larger shoe to wear. That's one thing. A lot of things go in the depth of that, but for today's exercise of the day is just rolling your foot, okay? So I'll try to set this up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And back you up here, shoot this down at the foot, take the ball, take my shoe off. See, I wear the little marrows. My foot moves pretty quickly, pretty easily through these shoes. But anyhow, so here we are. Take the ball, start at your first metatarsal, okay? Push down as much pressure as you can. You got some bursters in there, so you gotta be careful not to inflame them, but you gotta work around that. And you can kind of see the ball down here. Now I wanna move my foot all around and then work it down until I feel something. Once, just like you're doing foam rolling or anything else, get that ball in there, and once I feel a little bit of tenderness, I'm going to stand on it and just sit here until it dissipates. And then I'm going to move to the next spot. Stay on the inside part, that medial part of your plantar fascia in there, and work towards the heel. Now I can get into some good depth there, and then I can work laterally out, and I come back and work all the toes again. Pick your foot up and start over, and then I work my way back down into the heel. And if I get down to the heel and I feel a little bit, then go ahead and just stand on it. You want something that can contour a little bit to your foot. Anyway, so recommendations for shoes, something where it's free, but again, I've been doing this probably since Nike Free came out, when they had the moccasin style. And that moccasin style shoe, I don't even know if it's still made, but I started with that, and they called that Nike Free 5.0. And then I went to a minimal New Balance shoe, and I've been wearing those for quite some time. And then I have the Merrells, which seem to do pretty well for me. but don't jump into them right away. Susceptibility, have some, you're more susceptible to having shin splints, or get in, again, unless your foot's mobile enough and used to it, you're gonna be real rigid. You get some shin splints or even stress fractures have been known to give you with a shoe that can allow you to have the mobility that I just showed you. So be careful with it, and of course if you have any issues, check with your doctor, make sure you're good to go. Get checked out, get screened from somebody that knows how to screen you out. I wouldn't recommend going to the shoe store and asking them to screen you. Some of them are good, great professionals, but you got to look at it from the biomechanical standpoint of where you're having pain, aches and pains, and sometimes they'll look at the foot and say, oh, you got to have a more beast-like shoe, which then puts more pressure on your back, which then travels back and forth. So you got to look at that cycle and see where the problem is, and why aren't you getting any range of motion on your ankle, why aren't you getting range of motion on your feet. Check it out. If you haven't already, like me on Facebook, subscribe to YouTube, and if you have any questions, it's mobilityrx@gmail.com. I'll see you next time.